So, how does a community find its future? You'd think the answer is to, look forward, but what if it's not? Today, we're diving into a really powerful idea that sometimes the best way to move forward is to look back. We're going to see how uncovering the forgotten stories of local heroes, in this case, African Christian missionaries, can actually unlock a brand new vision for the next generation. Okay, let's jump right in with this Maori proverb. It just perfectly sets the stage for everything we're talking about today. It's this idea that our future isn't some distant thing on the horizon. No, the key to it is actually found by understanding exactly where we've come from. It's all about identity, it's about inspiration, and it's about that incredible power you feel when you see heroes who look, sound, and think just like you. And look, this need for stories we can relate to, that's universal. But it is especially true in many African cultures, which are often these deeply relational communities. It's a sentiment that's perfectly captured by the philosophy, I am because we are. It's this beautiful idea that my identity isn't just about me, it's about us, about our community, about our shared story. So here's the bottom line. For any message, any big idea, to really, truly stick, it can't feel like it belongs to someone else. It has to feel like my people, my story. It has to hit you on a deep cultural level. But what happens when a story, especially something as personal as faith, feels like it was just imported from somewhere else? And this gets us to a huge challenge that many Africans have faced for a long, long time. The perception that Christianity is a white man's religion, that it's something that was brought in from the outside, maybe during the colonial era, instead of something that has real, authentic roots right there at home. Now, check out this analogy from our source material because it's brilliant. It calls the problem a McDonald's meal gospel. Just think about it for a second. A Big Mac is the exact same whether you're in Tokyo or Toronto. It's efficient, sure, but it completely ignores local tastes, local culture. And when a spiritual message is delivered that same way, well, it just doesn't connect with the unique history and the real needs of the people. What ends up happening, even with the best intentions, is you get this dynamic of helpers and the helped. The Westerners bring the aid and the ideas, and the Africans are put in the position of receiving. This can really undermine local ownership, and it subtly creates this sense of dependency, as if real success can only happen with outside leadership. And this just illustrates the real-world impact so powerfully. It's a heartbreaking question, and it was actually asked by the South Sudanese leaders of a training school. They saw that when they were the ones in charge, the financial support that seemed to flow so easily to Western-led projects, it just dried up. They started to wonder if maybe, just maybe, it was impossible for them to lead on their own. But here is the incredible twist in this whole story. This idea of Christianity being a foreign faith, it's actually a historical myth. It completely overlooks centuries of deep, powerful African Christian history. So the solution isn't to invent something new, it's to go back and rediscover a lost heritage that was there all along. I mean, just take a look at this. Right from the very beginning, Africans were central to the story. You have Simon from modern-day Libya, literally helping carry the cross. You have intellectual giants like Tertullian and Augustine from North Africa, who shaped core Christian beliefs for the entire world. And then leaders like Samuel Ajayi Crowther in Nigeria. I mean, these aren't side notes to the story. These are foundational figures. But their stories have just been largely forgotten. So how do you fix the problem of a foreign faith? Well, it turns out you don't have to. You just have to reveal that it was never foreign to begin with. You find the local heroes. The author of our source material actually sat down with 20 African missionaries, and what they had to say about the power of these local stories, it's incredibly revealing. These interviews made it crystal clear. Stories about African leaders aren't just a nice little bonus, they are absolutely essential. They give you relatable examples that just scream, hey, I can do this too. They offer real wisdom for navigating challenges that are unique to the African context, stuff that Western stories just don't cover. And as one person put it, these stories, they resonate deeper, like a mother tongue. Just beautiful. So really, when you boil it all down, it comes to this. It's about seeing people who look like you, who come from your culture, who get your struggles, living out their beliefs in a way that is truly authentic to who they are. That's what takes an idea from being something foreign you adopt to something deeply personal that you own. Okay, but if these stories are so vital, that brings up a massive question. Where are they? And here's the urgent problem.
So many of these powerful accounts exist only in memory, and they are literally at risk of disappearing forever.
This well-known African proverb just says it all, doesn't it? So much of African history and wisdom wasn't written down in books. It was passed down orally from one generation to the next. It's held in the minds and the memories of the elders. And when they pass away, all that knowledge can be lost for good. So, to fight this, the thesis lays out this tangible and pretty ambitious plan. A multi-year project to literally journey across the entire continent, to sit down with these leaders, and to capture their stories right from the source. The goal is to preserve all this wisdom in formats we can all access, books and short videos, basically creating a library for the next generation before the old one is gone. And this leaves us with a final, crucial question that goes way beyond this one project. This isn't just about African missionaries. This is a question for every single one of us. In our own families, our own communities, our own cultures, what essential wisdom, what inspiration, what parts of our identity are we at risk of losing right now, simply because we aren't taking the time to ask, to listen, and to save the stories?